The worst ways to be rejected.
Rejection is one of the most powerful forces on Earth. Stronger than love, stronger than gravity, stronger than the urge to check her story after she leaves you unread. Like we've built entire economies on heartbreak. Drake would be homeless without rejection. Bruno Mars would still be working at Foot Locker. So today I'm teaching a masterclass on the worst ways to get rejected, because at least if you're gonna emotionally,
I would say the worst ways to get rejected is like when you put like ask them out at school in front of everybody, and then they say no, and then flame you to their friends afterwards. Not just saying no in front of the whole school, actually like flaming you to their friends and shit like that. It's very rare you actually like ask someone like that out in those type of friend groups. That makes sense, but there's a decent chance one day one of you guys watching this has. And they will shit talk you to your friends, just make fun of you. It's kind of sad, honestly. It's one of those very girly groups that do it, I would say.
collapse, you should know what level of tragedy you unlocked. So let's suffer together. Starting things off, we have the here, talk to my friend rejection. This is the most disrespectful form of matchmaking known to mankind. You walk up to the girl you like, your heart's pounding, your Riz meter is charged, and right as you start talking, she rotates you like a bottle of shampoo in a store display and goes, "Oh my god, you should talk to my friend, she would love you." Hello? I did not walk across this room, risking my entire reputation to be customer.
I would say it's mainly because they don't want to reject you because it's mean. Like if they say, "Oh my god, you can go ask my friend," their friend would say no, obviously, and then take the insult. But the main reason why it's a problem because people are just too nice in the end. Like a decent amount of people won't just say no and start roasting you about it. They want to like kind of slowly slick you off into somebody else's problem, which is probably what it's happening right here.
Serviced into someone else. Like, she really looked at you and thought, nah, he's more of an acquaintance vibe. Imagine getting friend of a friend zone. That's fucking brutal. And now her friend's just standing there like, "Hi, so what are your hobbies?" Bro, I don't know. I came to bag her, not unlock a side quest with NPC 47. This is the romantic equivalent of, you're not my type, but maybe my friend who collects Funko Pops will like you. They treat you like you're a free sample at Costco. I mean, it's just emotional rerouting.
And I feel like if you do, like, say, like, if they hand you the friend, you end up getting along, I feel like you'll be, like, a weird, like, friendship, because you asked that person out, they said no, but then you're dating their friend. I feel like that's going to be such a weird dynamic in the friend group.
Not ideal at all, but it's definitely not as bad as some of the other ones we're going to get into. Next up, we have the "I didn't realize you were flirting" rejection. This one's brutal because it sneaks up on you. You think you're being smooth, compliments, attention, effort, but they interpret everything you do as harmless friendliness. There's no awareness, no realization, no recognition that you're trying to be romantic. You're basically screaming.
I feel like this usually happens with like long-time friends. Like you have like a girl that is a friend that you've known for years, and then you start flirting. But then the problem is she just thinks you're being nice, but you're not, because you've been friends for ages, and she just doesn't think you'll ever do that. So it's kind of weird. Like if it's like that, and she thinks like that, you do it for a little bit. At that point, if she doesn't even see it, yeah, that's never happening, to be truthfully honest. Like, she doesn't even see you as that. You're basically just a friend.
"I like
So
you"
it's basically
in
a
Morse
friend
code,
zone.
and they're reading it like a weather report. You unlock a strange purgatory where your intention is obvious to literally everyone except the person you like. Their friends know, your friends know, people who overhear a single sentence know, but they think that you're just platonically supporting local women-owned businesses. Every time you lean in emotionally, they subconsciously put you deeper into the friend role, not out of cruelty, just out of obliviousness. You're trying to build a relationship, and they think you're volunteering for a mentorship program. The rejection hits later, like way later, when you suddenly realize they've never once flirted back. They always steer the conversations into safe zone.
And I would say you have two options there. Like, slowly crawl out the friendship if you actually don't like their personality. But, like, I feel like you would like their personality, though, if you're going to ask them out. So, I would say most people will just permanently stay as the friend in the group. And I feel like a lot of these people end up making, like, a weird, like, thing when they're teenagers. Say, if I'm 40, I'm not married, we'll just marry. Like, I feel like a decent, like, not a decent amount, but I feel like maybe, like, 40, not even, like, 10% of people that are, like, really close friends that are going on the boy will make that weird pact that isn't really true.
They never catch a
Because realistically, they're not going to be friends by the 40, because, like, if you go in high school, you'll probably have, like, majority of your friends 20 years down the line, you've lost, like, 90% of them. There's only your close friend that you maybe see, like, once a month. And, like, I feel like most times a friendship just dies before that anyway.
Hint, they treat your acts of affection like random acts of customer service. There's no buildup of rejection, no dramatic moment, just a slow, creeping realization that the romance was only happening in your head. You weren't turned down, you were never even considered. You've got time, you've got your phone, so why not make some money? Free cash is the easiest way to earn you. In a super subscription or in the sponsoring this video. 8 rejection. This one's a classic because it masquerades as honesty while
again, it's just more like they don't want to say no to you, but it's like rude and might like make you feel like shit. So they say, I'm not dating, even though they definitely are looking to date someone. They just don't want to be like rude and say, ew. So I would say it's just them trying to be nice. Which I feel like a lot of these will be in the list where a lot of them are trying to act like nonchalant and like not trying to be rude, if that makes sense.
The emotional equivalent of a parking ticket. They tell you they're not looking for a relationship, and for a moment you admire the maturity. You think, wow, that was respectful, clean, and considerate. Then 1 week later, they suddenly unlock a brand new personality update where they absolutely are looking for a relationship, just not with you. It becomes painfully obvious that the I don't date excuse wasn't about taking time to heal or be single. It was specifically a no dating you policy. Meanwhile, they're posting couple selfies with a guy
They were just trying to be nice, to be truthfully honest. Like, they don't want to be rude and they don't want to like hurt your feelings, so say, I'm not dating. It doesn't insult you, and it basically makes you feel normal. So
looks like he DJs at middle school lock-ins and owns a single fitted bedsheet he's never washed. You're left making mental gymnastics trying to rationalize it. Maybe she changed her mind. Maybe he charmed her. Maybe the stars aligned. No, the truth is simpler. You were the trial version, he's the full release. What makes this sting is the politeness of it. You walk away thinking you handled the rejection well, only to realize you fell for a rejection ransomware scam. They protected your feelings in the moment, but the monthly payments of humiliation come later.
I don't even think that's too bad though. Like, on the worst ways to get rejected, I was expecting someone to gossip and shit talk you. This is just like normal ways people reject you and try to not be mean. There's no way that, like, that I feel like that should be on the list on the worst way to get rejected. It's a common way to get rejected because people don't want to be rude to you.
Now you're watching their love story unfold like a Netflix show you weren't cast in. You didn't get rejected, you became the plot twist that nobody remembers. Next up, we have the wingman betrayal. This rejection hurts in a way that feels biblical. You put your trust, your hopes, your entire romantic mission in the hands of someone you call a friend. The plan is simple. They hype you up, they set the stage, you swoop in like the confident champion you pretend to be, except your wingman doesn't pass you the ball. They take the shot themselves. Suddenly, the person who was supposed to help you talk to your crush is now actively flirting, accidentally making direct eye contact for too long, laughing a little too hard at jokes.
Wouldn't that kind of ruin your both friendship? Like, I know some people still keep their friendship and people don't hold grudges and stuff like that, but a lot of people do. So wouldn't this like end your friendship with them? Because it's like awkward. And like, as like, if you're best friend and you're wingmanning someone and you go and date her even though you know your friend, like one of your best friends likes her, I feel like it's kind of dog, isn't it? Like, isn't that kind of like an asshole thing to do? I feel like that 100% ruins friendships and stuff like that.
Jokes that weren't even funny. Next thing you know, they're locked in a two-person conversation that you started while you stand there awkwardly nodding like an unpaid extra. You become the background character of your own love story. The camera isn't even pointed at you anymore. And the betrayal doesn't end that night. Oh no. Now you get to watch them slowly become a couple. You hear how happy they are. You get to pick out outfits for the dates that you
I feel like that's kind of a dog shit friend thing to do though. Like, I feel like only an ass friend would do that to you.
were originally supposed to be going on. You get invited to be the third wheel like you're some kind of emotional support animal. This is a betrayal that Shakespeare would write a entire 5-act tragedy about. Next up, we have the group chat rejection. This one isn't just a rejection, it is a public relations disaster. You think you're having a private, intimate
Oh yeah, it's one of the worst. Like, it's almost as bad as the school one because there's people in the group and you ask her, she adds all her friends and start roasting you, man. Almost as bad as like in school with everybody around you type of one.
Conversation. You carefully craft every word like you're defusing a bomb, checking punctuation, choosing emojis strategically, deleting and rewriting messages until your thumb cramps, and then reality hits. Her entire group chat is watching your downfall in real time. Screenshots are flying around like stock market data. Every message you send is being analyzed, roasted, and rated on a 10-point scale. They are treating your romantic effort like a science project, trying to decide.
And you know the fact that when you have to go to the school when they do that, you're gonna get flamed for like 2 weeks. Some people like end up basically cracking the shit when that happens, but realistically, people don't care enough. Like, it most likely will only last like 2 weeks before everybody forgets about it happening, unless like it's a close friend or something like that. But like, people just don't care enough to hold it onto it for that long because people have lives. Definitely because like most times people ask each other out. It's like at the end of high school, I'm pretty sure. So before they go to college and stuff like that. So people are too busy with their final terms and those basically the most important shit of their life for getting to college and stuff like that. So I doubt it would even spread too much.
For what your typing speed says about your confidence, zooming in on your profile picture like it's forensic evidence, judging your music taste, height, grammar, breathing patterns, everything. And if they decide you're unworthy, you don't just get rejected, you get collectively denied by a panel of judges you've never met. It's like America's Got No Riz. Worst case scenario, it spills onto social media.
Oh,
Suddenly
yeah.
dozens of strangers are laughing at your humiliation.
I feel like that crosses a line though. Like if you reject someone and then start talking shit on TikTok and shit like that, which happens a shit ton. You've probably seen some TikToks about it if you're in one of those For You pages and stuff like that. But like that's actually such a dog shit thing to do. Like it's honestly you deserve to get your platform deleted for just absolutely flaming someone that asked you out in real life and you went online to flame him. That's just kind of dog shit, like...
Messages are being used as a meme format. People you've never spoken to are stitching TikToks of your heartbreak. You didn't just confess your feelings, you accidentally submitted them for peer review. It's not a rejection, it's like a committee vote. You weren't turned down, you failed the vibe check in front of an audience. Next up, we have the seen at 8:45 p.m. rejection. This is the silent assassination of romance. There are no words exchanged, just a cold, brutal confirmation that they saw what you sent, and still decided you weren't worth a single letter in response.
I feel like this is kind of mixed. There's like two ways you can go about it. They were so shocked and didn't know how to answer, or they laughed at you and showed all their friends and never answered, which is actually the worst way. I would say ignoring it itself is worse than even getting the friend group to make fun of it. It's because like you're sitting there waiting for something that will never happen, and it's just like kind of dog shit. The only a reasonable-ish way is if they get nervous, don't know how to answer it, and don't want to be rude. But even then, that's kind of iffy.
Pour your heart out like a poet who never learned self-respect, double-checking every sentence, making sure the emojis strike the perfect balance of flirty but not creepy. You hit send with hope in your chest. Then it happens. Seen at 8:45 p.m. and nothing. No dots typing, no delayed reply, no accidental like of an old message, just digital abandonment. And the worst part is now your brain becomes a conspiracy board. Maybe her phone died. Maybe she got kidnapped mid-reply. Maybe she dropped her phone into the ocean. And anything is more comforting than the truth, but they simply just chose not to respond. You come face to face with the horrifying reality. You got rejected by nothing. Not even acknowledged enough to be turned down properly. It's like being ghosted by a notification.
Yeah, I feel
Hours
like
go
that's
by.
awful
You keep
as well.
reopening the chat like something changed, but it didn't. This is not just rejection, it's a reminder from the universe that technology has evolved faster than your Riz. Next up, we have the friend zone / I see you more like a brother, whatever. This rejection doesn't feel like getting turned down, it feels like getting adopted. You try to show romantic interest.
Again, I feel like this is more because like you have a girl that is a friend that you met since like maybe kindergarten, and you went through middle school, high school, and maybe even college together. And she just sees you as her best friend. And if you try to do anything, you're still a best friend. She just thinks you're being nice. And again, a lot of these times, I feel like it's just not gonna work. Like if she has no like attraction to you, and it's been like 10 years, it's never really gonna happen unless you're making that 40 pact when you're 40, you guys get married, which is probably gonna flop anyway. I feel like it's basically wraps. Like I also feel like it's dog if you leave the friendship after 10 years because they didn't like you back. I feel like you should just keep the friendship and make it like not awkward, if that makes sense.
And instead you get labeled like a relative. They assign you a family role without your consent, like you are now a brother, a cousin, a nephew, a pet. And once you get the bro, it's over. Once you get the buddy, it's beyond over. And kiddo, that's emotional manslaughter. Because there's no version of reality where calling someone kiddo is followed by a passionate kiss. You were officially being viewed as someone they pat on the head before sending you home by 9 p.m. You didn't just get friend zoned, you got family zoned, and there's no escape from that.
Yeah,
you are now expected
awful.
To listen to them talk about other people they like, give advice like a supportive uncle, celebrate their new relationship.
It's because they see you as their best friend, so they're gonna gossip, talk to you, and just like have fun. Like if you leave the friendship after that, I feel like it's kind of you're an asshole.
Like
Just
you weren't
saying.
the original applicant, and yeah, it's brutal. Last but not least, we have the accidental self-rejection. This is when you become the enemy. You reject yourself before anyone else even gets the chance. You imagine the worst case scenario, like a professional catastrophizer. Like, they probably think I'm weird, they probably like someone cooler, they would laugh in my face. You overthink so aggressively that the relationship ends inside your imagination before it ever exists in the real world. Meanwhile, they actually might have liked you back, but you'll never know because you benched yourself like a coach who hates his own players. You are the heartbreak, you are the villain, you're the last boss of your own downfall. You lost the game without even entering the stadium. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. If you guys liked, please be sure to like and subscribe if you want to. I post all my videos over on Spotify.
W video. If you do enjoy videos like this, leave a like, subscribe, comment down below what video you want me to react to next, and that's me signing off.